Hi guys, welcome back. This is Erin from Paint Those Piggies, and today I'm back for another round of weekly manis. This week is going to be a little bit shorter because last week I held out until Sunday, which was a little bit crazy, but today's going to be just Monday through Friday because today is Friday. So let's get right into weekly manis. So I do have some reviews coming up next week. I was a little bit slow on them this week because of daylight savings time. This week kind of kicked my butt. I was a little bit tired this week, I'm not gonna lie about it. I was dragging this week. It was hard to get up for work, but they are coming. I have my review for the China Glaze Chic Physique collection all filmed and stuff. I just need to edit it, and I'm working on the Essie Spring 2018 collection. In fact, that is my segue to go into Monday's polish. I actually wore the first of the polishes. This one is called Essie Passport to Sail. I don't know why I picked this one as the first one to wear. I don't normally wear polishes that I'm swatching for a collection, but I wanted to go with a gray polish that day for some reason. I don't know why. I was just feeling like neutral, kind of gray. I didn't, however, realize that this polish is sheer, so I have seen a couple swatches of it. I've seen people use one coat. I have been using a nail strengthener by OPI. I can't remember the exact name right now, which makes a terrible base coat, and so one coat of this looked absolutely terrible, and so I couldn't leave it at one coat. It just looked streaky and terrible, so I decided to make it opaque, which is how I usually tend to wear sheer polishes anyway. So I built it up to be opaque, and it did take 3 coats. Ultimately, I did like it in 3 coats, but it was kind of a lot of coats to build up. This polish is interesting though. I do really like the color. It's almost like a nude, like sandy color, and it has a very tiny silver micro shimmer in it, which you kind of can see on the nails if you're really looking for it, but ultimately it kind of gives it like that sheen on the nails. You don't really see like any shimmer when you're looking at it on the nails. I think I've decided that I'm going to wear this for my sister's wedding because her dresses are going to be like a slate blue color, and I think pink would clash with that, but light enough that it's not going to clash with it. So I'm glad that this color was one that I tried out, one that I wore, and one that I know is nice on the nails, but it is kind of a pain to work with. So that was Monday's polish, which is Essie's Passport to Sail. So next up for Tuesday, I decided to throw on some project polishes. I've been really trying to work on the darker shades. It's still like kind of hanging on to winter, or as my husband not so politely reminded me one night right before we went to bed that it is not spring yet. And I was like, dang, no it's not, but it's almost spring. We had one day this week, actually yesterday, it was 61 degrees and sunny. It was so amazing. Now it's like 30, 40 degrees and really, really windy and cold today, but yesterday was so good and amazing. But I really want to try and finish up these dark colors. I don't think I'm going to finish all of them up, but I had that Essie color on my nails, and I thought this would be the perfect base to do some nail art on. So I whipped out these 2 colors for my project polish, and these 2 colors are Essie Under the Twilight and Zoya Lael. This one has kind of been the bane of my existence. I actually have some good use in this for my next project polish update. I think I'm going to film that next week, not wait until the end of March, because I do have a lot of changes in that. I also might take out some of the dark shades, but I haven't decided quite yet. I want to see if I make any more progress in them, but I have made a little bit of progress. But I took these 2 polishes, I put 1 stripe of washi tape and put Under the Twilight on part of my nails and Lael on the other part of my nails, and I actually really liked how it turned out. Since I had worn the Essie polish already on my nails the day before, my base was completely dry, and so I just had to work with these 2 polishes, and I really enjoyed that look. I didn't really want to take it off, but I wanted to use another nail polish for the next day, so obviously I did take it off, but that was a project polish day. So for Wednesday, I thought, why not try and use these two polishes a little bit more? I know it wasn't like exactly the most exciting thing, but I thought I'm gonna try and use these a little bit more. And so I decided to use this as a base. This had very little use in it at all, and so I wanted to do a gradient mani with this as the primary color on my nails, so it got quite a lot of use out of it. And my gradient turned out terribly, I think. The color on Instagram, the picture doesn't really look like it how it did in real life. I actually added a filter to get the color to show up, and I used Lael as my gradient. These two were just way too similar to gradient well together. I realized that the colors need to be much more different than this. When I was indoors, you couldn't really tell that there was a gradient at all. You really couldn't tell. Even outdoors, it was kind of hard to tell. You could really only tell in like very specific lights, like under my light box, which was kind of hard to tell, or like under a filter. So that really wasn't the smartest idea, but now I've learned my lesson. I had wanted to do a gradient with these two for like several weeks. I finally did it. I learned my lesson. They don't make the best gradient, but I did use quite a bit of polish making the gradient, so lesson learned on that one. So that is what I wore on Wednesday. Next up for Thursday, I feel like I really picked a good polish. It really represented the weather well. This is one of my favorite polishes of all time, really, not just Essie. I need to get a full-size bottle. I also decided to put this in my project polish because next Amazon order we have for our household, I am going to splurge, pay full price, and buy a full-size bottle of this. This is Essie's Blossom Dandy. I did get the little mini like cube of the little bottles of this from this collection. It came with like Essie petal pushers, and then the purple, and then the nude from this collection. I loved this Essie collection. I can't remember if it was a spring. I believe it was a spring collection. I love the shade. This is an aqua shade with like a tinge of green to it, but it really leans blue, like an aqua color. I love this color so much. It's one of those colors that makes me just like stare at my nails. I love it so much. It's just like one of my favorite colors of all time. Eventually I will do like my top 10 mint and aqua polishes because I can't separate them out into like my favorite blues and greens, because I don't think it's fair, because I love mints and aquas that much, and this is definitely one of my top favorites. It's also one of my top favorite Essies. I just love it so much. So this little one is going into my project polish, so you will see it a little bit more coming up in the next few weeks. I actually don't have that much of it. It's about halfway empty, I guess, and so this is just one of my favorites. So coming into spring, it's definitely the right time for this color. So that again was Thursday's mani, which is Essie's Blossom Dandy. Alright, so coming up into today, I feel like I'm getting hoarse because I just talked to my mom for 30 minutes on the phone, and now trying to film this, it's getting a little rough, but today is Friday. This is what I'm wearing on my nails today. I wanted to wear at least a green polish. Tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day. I am Irish, so of course I've got to wear some kind of green. I wanted to pull this one out. I had never worn this. This is China Glaze 4-Leaf Clover. I will also be wearing green tomorrow, but I thought this was the perfect time to wear this. I actually fell in love with this color when I was applying it. I think this is like a great green cream polish. It's like a jungly, like cool toned green. I was originally going to swatch this when I wore it, but I applied Zoya top coat to it and it completely changed the color. It appeared more like a grass green to me. It changed it to a warmer green when I applied top coat to it. So I didn't take like official swatch photos because the color wasn't true to life anymore. So the next time I wear this, I will swatch it without top coat and then take pictures so that it's true to color So I'm a little bit disappointed that I don't have any swatch photos of this, but I really liked this polish. I think it's kind of similar to an Essie. I think it's called Ruffles and Feathers, but I don't remember. It's from that same collection, but I really enjoyed this polish. The formula was amazing and I really liked it. Here is a close-up of my nails. I did throw on some polka dots to kind of cover up that color. After the color was kind of ruined by that top coat, I decided to throw on this one. I thought it was a little bit of an oddball choice, but this is for my project polish. This is another one of those dark ones that I'm trying to get rid of. This is OPI's Unforgretably Blue. This is a metallic blue, and for some reason I thought, just throw it on top of the green and see what happens. On top of the green, like in dot form, it's a little bit sheerer than if you were to build it up like and wear it as a full polish. Honestly, I love the effect on the green. I thought it just looks kind of like metallic-y and a little bit shifty and really cool. I'm just like obsessed with the way it looks over top of the green. It kind of just looks a little bit, I don't want to say duochrome, but the sheerness of it, I really love the way it turned out. So this was kind of an unexpected surprise and I really enjoyed the way it turned out, and I ended up getting a little bit of a project polish in there. There's still quite a bit in this little mini OPI, but I'll be trying to work on it as well. So that is everything for weekly manis. It was a short one this week, but that's okay. So as always, feel free to leave me down below in the comments what you wore this week on your nails. I always love chatting with you guys, discussing polish in the comments below. Thank you guys as always for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye guys.